Hello everyone, my name is Salim and welcome to the Markets Breakdown and Analysis for Wednesday, the 6th of December 2023. We'll be breaking out short and through the exact zones where price will close for potential buys or close below for potential sells as well. So looking at the daily candle for Tuesday now, the daily candle more likely will be closing bearish. We have a daily rejection formed on Monday. We could say that was the potential weak fill that we've anticipated yesterday. But the only problem we have at the moment on the daily time frame is price trading within a daily rejection, a daily consolidation zone that was formed recently, also the weekly rejection area formed recently as well. I would say what would have been better is to see from this weekly candle, the current weekly candle, it would have been better to see a retest of this daily resistance because that will allow the weekly candle to retrace to form a top wick, maybe retest one more time this rejection weekly area on the left, respecting the weekly resistance and then a continuation to the downside. But anyways, let's have a look. So dropping down to the daily will be closing bearish, still within the range, still within the daily consolidation zone and rejection. So dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, and what we can see here is we have the most recent 4-hour support from around 185.120. The most recent 1-hour resistance, 4-hour resistance, is at 185.630. Dropping down to the hourly time frame, we have a same level of support. The level of resistance, and this is really tricky. Okay, so this is a messy range. Now, looking at the next level, we have this hourly resistance, and this is really small, 12 pip range. Now, let's adjust it here. Again, once price tap into this level, it gets into another consolidation zone formed on the hourly time frame. What do we see? This is a messy range, and that's roughly around 33 pip range. We're gonna have to adjust it to this hourly resistance. Let's have a look on the family time frame. It looks really messy, as we can see how these candles are printing. So I would say potential buys personally, ideally, is to wait for price to break and close above this 4-hour resistance, which also allowing the price to break out of this recent range. So potential buys above 186, 120. Potential sells, however. Now the anticipation here is to see price breaking below 185, 040. And I understand obviously price is too close to this level, but ideally is to wait for price to break and close out of this range during high volume time. So we might see the pre-Asian session or even the Asian open breaking below, and then it starts to form a consolidation zone again. So ideally is to wait for price to break off this range during high volume time, and this is going to be the no trade zone. And now to look for potential buys, going back to a daily. And to be honest, probably we're going to have the same analysis we've had yesterday as price failed to break above. So the first thing we can identify here is we have a daily resistance formed around 186.930. Dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, we have this previous 4-hour support on the left around 186.670. Dropping down to the hourly time frame, we've identified this hourly resistance yesterday. I would say the first target for buys could potentially be 186.670, targeting this 1-hour resistance, which is the targets we've had for buys yesterday. The second target for buys now, so let's have a look again. So we have a daily resistance around 186.930. Dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, we have this 4-hour range. So let's have a look. So we have this 4-hour resistance around 187.360. That's a big range. Looking at the hourly time frame, now we have this previous 1-hour support around 187.130. The exact same analysis for potential buys as the ones we've had yesterday. So the second target for buys could potentially be 187.130, targeting the previous 1-hour support. And now to look for potential sells. And zooming out, and what do we see? Let's have a look on the monthly. So the monthly is retracing. Now the first thing we can see here is we have this previous monthly resistance formed around 184.340. Dropping down to the weekly time frame, we have this weekly rejection. Not really a rejection, but that was just a bottom wick. Looking at the daily time frame, now this is where it gets really messy. Now obviously we have this daily range, a daily rejection formed twice. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we have this 4-hour level. Let's have a look on the hourly time frame. What do we see? Clean traffic below this level, but still we have this daily rejection. So I would say the first target for sells could potentially be a retest of this previous monthly resistance formed on September 2023 around 184.400. The second target for sells, now let's have a look on a daily. We have this previous daily resistance around 183.850. Dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, looking on the left, what do we see? We have this previous 4-hour resistance around 183.960. I'd say that's actually a decent range for a second target. Let's have a look on the hourly. On the hourly, we have clean traffic as well, and we have this previous 1-hour resistance. So I'd say the second target for sells could potentially be this previous 4-hour resistance formed around 183.960.
Dominion Markets, your trading sanctuary.